I think one of the first things that people always ask Sapphire is why vanadium, and what is this product about? Well, vanadium is basically a soft grayish transition metal that occurs naturally in a lot of iron ore deposits. 98% of the world's reserves are actually found in only three countries: Russia, China, and as well as South Africa. Right. In 2009, the reserves in the world are estimated about 63 million tons. Again, basically found in these three countries. Right. Typically, the process of getting vanadium out is through steel slag produced during the whole process of making steel. Right. For and what is really vanadium used for? By and large, vanadium, especially in China, is used in the steel industries. About 87% of vanadium goes into this industry. What does it do? It actually makes the steel alloys stronger, lighter, and also much more corrosion resistant. Right. It's used widely in the aerospace, automotive, shipping, construction, as well as precision industries. What we know is that in the aerospace industries, they consider this to be an indispensable element. It's something that they right now will not be able to find a replacement if you run out of vanadium. The interesting thing about vanadium is that when you add it to steel, it actually reduces about 10 to 15% of the iron needed to produce steel. It reduces about 15 to 20% of the total weight, as well as 15 to 20% of the cost of producing the steel product. I think most of you know that the Chinese government is trying to rein in excessive steel capacity. And in that sense, I think vanadium is part of the solution rather than the problem, because together with vanadium, you can actually reduce the size of the amount of steel that you need to produce a steel output of the same strength. Right. So I think in that sense, we're quite well placed, right, in the steel industry in China. Last but not least, there are a lot of work been done on vanadium redox batteries, which going forward is understood to be more powerful and efficient than the current lithium grade batteries that we see in the market. Right. In terms of growth, what we understand is that in China it's expected to grow about 4.5% annually through to 2015. China is right now the largest producer and target consumer of vanadium, consuming about 50% of global usage. Part of the reason I think is because China is playing catching up in terms of the use of vanadium in the steel products, especially steel structures in the country. China also aims to exploit its own vanadium reserves, which is about, basically, as I mentioned earlier, it's the world's largest reserves, and 62% of such ores actually are found in Sichuan. Government has also mandated that in the construction industry, especially, vanadium enhanced steel has to be used based on a minimum strength of 400 megapascals. Right. So that itself will be a big pull factor for us in terms of the demand for vanadium products. Right. And globally, I think the vanadium redox battery will come to the fore soon as another key driver of demand for vanadium going ahead. The other thing we often get asked is in terms of whether vanadium is traded openly, what's the price out in the market. This is a bit challenging because vanadium is a intermediate product, and hence for most of the main producers, it's actually somewhat kept in house. There is no openly traded prices that can be easily found, for example, off Bloomberg. But we do know that as a gauge, right, that in China, V2O5 price is going at about 85,000 renminbi per ton. Right. This compares favorably with international prices in the US of about 98,000 renminbi per ton. In the near future, we see this price going up to probably exceeding 100,000 renminbi per ton. So in summary, why vanadium for Sapphire? I think number one is really about demand. We believe there is very strong demand for this relatively scarce resource, and hence that will drive our margins as well as our bottom line. And coming to that, actually, the GP margin we get from V2O5 is actually a very commendable 20% or more. Right, this is way above what you would get from I guess your mom and pop steel products out there. Um, Thirdly, I think is our unique position in terms of access to raw materials. We currently obtain our vanadium slag from a sister company, and we have a long-term supply contract with them. Plus the fact that we ourselves are also sourcing for new vanadium slag sources. So I think that itself put us apart from the other players who might even think of want to do this, but really if you don't have the vanadium slag, there's no way you can get into this business. Right. Last but not least is the pricing, as I mentioned. We think that the pricing for vanadium is on the uptrend, and we will gradually reap the benefits of all this.